Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We really appreciate it. My name is Jade, and I work at Stratfin Solutions. I just wanted to say a huge thank you to Tanya for working with me on this and for just being so amazing, for pushing it so much, and for being so passionate to help her parents and her community as part of Chapel Lane Academy. It really shows how passionate you are about your work and what you do, and we are very grateful that we could collaborate with you and be here on this webinar tonight. Ilan Rabinovitz is our CEO of Stratfin, director, and the magic behind what happens in our company. And he is going to be leading our webinar tonight, and there will be time afterwards for questions and answers. And I will also leave contact details on the chat so that if you wish to get in touch with us after tonight, you can do so. Thank you, Ilan. And I think we are ready to get going.
Good. Thank you, Jade. Thank you, Tanya, for arranging this presentation tonight. So we've decided to entitle this presentation or this webinar, Stop Missing Out on Medical Aid Refunds. So it's going to be a pretty quick presentation, but it's going to be packed with unbelievable information because we are going to tell you how SARS actually gives taxpayers an opportunity to get an additional, an exponential, a huge amount of tax back on their medical expenses if they qualify. So we're going to discuss what you can claim, who qualifies, and then how we as Stratfin Solutions, the company, can help you get that money and how we help you. Okay, so the first slide is a little bit about Stratfin Solutions. So we are a tax company. We are very passionate about helping taxpayers save tax and unlock certain tax benefits that they may not know about. And we help then our clients to get refunds or benefits more than they normally would get or expect to get. And the way that we work is we work as partners. So if you benefit, then we benefit as well. So it's a success fee based, and there are no upfront costs. And so that you won't get any fees from us unless you're successful in your claim.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Okay, so how does the medical tax rebate work? Okay, so it is quite complicated for somebody who's not really involved in finance or accounting or tax, but suffices to say that there are two tax credits that appear on your tax return, and they are called Section 6A and Section 6B. What happens is that if you are on a medical aid, then for every member on your medical aid, you will get a credit of approximately 150 Rand a month or so on your taxable liability. So you get a credit, and that's called the Section 6A, and there's nothing really much you can do. It just depends on how many people are on your medical aid. If you have additional expenses, your expenses are quite high in terms of your premium that you pay to the medical aid, as well as other medical costs. There might be out-of-pocket costs where the medical aid hasn't paid, or additional costs, and we'll discuss those a little bit later. Then you may be entitled to a Section 6B. Now that Section 6B has certain limitations, but it's almost unlimited, meaning you get a higher amount back if you qualify. And we're going to discuss how you would qualify to get the exceptional, exponential Section 6B credit, which will essentially reduce your tax and likely give you a refund at the end of the tax year when you do your tax return. So in order to get to that special Section 6B credit, okay, you have to qualify. And by qualification, we, or SARS, determines that if you have in your family any member, or in your family, any member of the medical aid who has a qualifying condition. So you have a condition in the following 6 categories. It could be intellectual, vision, communication, physical, mental, and hearing. And that condition is considered moderate to severe. Then what SARS does is that all the medical expenses within the family, which will be your medical aid premium, your out-of-pocket costs, and other costs, which we'll discuss, as I mentioned, you'll be able to get 33% of those costs back as a SARS credit on your income tax, and as a result, you're likely to get a refund on your tax return. So the requirements are, for example, somebody in your family has a mental condition, so anxiety, depression, bipolar, and that condition is expected to last for more than 12 months, and that condition is considered moderate to severe. It's not mild, it's moderate to severe, which means that it affects you or affects one of your dependents on a daily basis. Then you'll be able to be shifted into the exponential and unbelievable Section 6B of the Income Tax Act, where you can potentially get a huge amount of credit and refund when doing your tax return. Now we can talk about what kind of expenses can be claimed. So let's assume you qualify. Now, if you contribute to medical aid, okay, now remember, to get this benefit, you don't have to be on a medical aid, but it does really assist because people on a medical aid contribute quite a large amount in premiums, especially if they're on higher plans and they have many dependents. So let's say, for example, you are contributing 100,000 Rand a year to your medical aid. Then you would have let's say you would have a child who goes to a remedial school, and on your medical aid, you potentially have some out-of-pocket expenses, certain expenses that, let's say, you're in your self-payment gap, or when you go to the doctor charges above medical aid, so the medical aid doesn't pay. Those are called out-of-expenses costs, and any other costs that may be required for your child who goes to remedial schools, such as facilitators or tutors or travel costs. All those costs can be added together. And if you qualify, you can get a refund from SARS in the form of a medical tax credit of up to 33% of all of those costs. So if you take a remedial school, which could be, anywhere up to, let's say, 100,000 Rand for a child, as well as travel costs, all your medical aid contributions, all your out-of-pocket costs, unfortunately, those costs keep climbing. 33% of those costs could be a huge amount for a family and could really assist them in paying, especially for the medical expenses of the child or dependent or spouse that really requires them. And that is a benefit that SARS has given us, and many people that we come across just don't know about it and just don't know how to claim it correctly. So what we do at Stratfin is we actually claim all these expenses for you and try and get the best and highest rebate or refund or credit for you as possible. One of our unique approaches and offerings is that if you haven't claimed this special Section 6B tax benefit, then we can go back even 3 years back. We know how to do it. We know how to claim it. It's allowed by SARS, and we can go back and say to SARS, we never claimed it before and we'd like to claim it. And we know exactly how to maximize a claim. Every single expense that qualifies, we add to the claim, we stack it one upon the next, and then we go to SARS and then we claim it from you. We've got an unbelievable administration team where we're able to get all the documents that are needed. We help you. We collate the documents. We refine them. We submit them to SARS. We follow up. And we really streamline the admin process for you. And that's really what sets us apart. This section of claiming the medical tax benefit is very difficult. And we've got years and years of knowledge and experience and clients that we've delivered for and really understand this particular section in the Income Tax Act. What we want to leave you tonight with is, before we take questions, is that we really require or request you to take action. We really encourage you to take action. Many people haven't claimed this benefit. Pick up your phone, WhatsApp us, be in touch with one of our accounts managers. Let them take you through the process. Remember, we don't charge you anything for it unless we are successful. Some of the claims we are getting are between 50 to 150,000 Rand, which is extra money that you just don't know that you're leaving on the table at SARS. You don't have to leave your current tax practitioner or accountant. We work together, hand in hand if necessary, and we really encourage you, as I say, to take action today and to try and get the most benefit that the section allows you to get. What we're going to do now is I'm going to just see if there are any questions in the chat, and I'm happy to take any questions that you might have. Jade, are there any questions that you've seen?
No, there are no questions. If anyone does have, now is your chance. Oh, I see. Charles Duplessis would like to ask something. You are muted. Go for it.
Thank you. Jade, it's just that the format of your webinar interface comes through strange. I don't actually see a chat box on the interface that you've given me.
That's very weird. It should come up at
we
the
work
bottom.
on we work on Zoom consistently every day, and this is a different interface than what I'm used to.
Could be you need to go to questions and answers. I also saw that, Charles.
Well,
Yeah,
I see that it is working because two people have now asked a question.
It might be the Q&A. Great. Yeah,
Q&A.
okay. I got it. Thank you.
So
Yes.
someone said they would like to know what our fees are.
Okay, so the fee works like this. As I said, it's based on success. If we get you 100 Rand back, our fee is 20%, so it's 20 Rand. So it's 20% on any additional medical tax benefit that you get. So if you were to normally submit, and let's say get 10,000 Rand, and we submit for you and get 40,000 Rand, so it's the additional benefit is 30,000, and our fee would be 6,000 Rand, 20% of that.
Okay, and there was another question. Who do we go to for the diagnosis of the condition, and who decides if it is moderate or severe?
Okay, very good question. So I didn't go into too much detail, but under every single condition that there is, whether it's hearing or vision or communication, there are set levels or requirements of what you have to meet in order for it to be a moderate to severe. So under for example, under mental, you have to have a GAF, or Global Assessment Functioning Score, of 60 or below. So if you have that score of 60 or below, then it's moderate to severe, and then you do qualify for that additional tax benefit.
And then another question, are we able to query back to where SARS has rejected a claim and provide advice for future claims?
Yes. So if they rejected a claim, we can have a look to see why they rejected it, and then put in a dispute and try and claim again for you. Yeah, and then we can assist you with future claims if we can see that maybe SARS made a mistake or you made a mistake. Remember, there's quite a lot that goes into this. It's not just a simple claim that gets put through. There's a lot of different steps that build one on each other in order to get a successful claim. And then SARS can sometimes make it quite difficult. So if you've got us on your team, and we really trying to maximize your claim, and we'll work. If it gets rejected, we put it in again. We do an objection, we do an appeal, we'll go to an ADR, etc. So we really will go to the nth degree to ensure that your claim is successful.
I don't think that there are any other questions.
Good. Okay, I think if our WhatsApp number's there, or phone number or email address, then whoever has any questions is, welcome to give us a call, be in touch with us, and yeah, we can talk in the morning.
Yeah, and you can also go onto our website, stratfin.co.za, and you can fill in the online form there, and then one of our client managers will be in touch with you directly.
Good. Thank you, Jade. And thank you,
Thanks.
Tanya, for the opportunity in the evening. And we look forward to helping you make the most of this benefit.
Thank you all.
Good night.